Welcome to my journal entry. Dear Jesus, who knew depression hurt? Like it really hurts. My body feels weak. The simplest things feel impossible. I stood at the edge of the shower yesterday, willing myself to get in after too many days without water's cleansing reassurance. I couldn't. I just couldn't. I know it doesn't make sense. It seems all I can manage to do is to lay in that stupid bed. The days swirl past me like I'm listening to an audiobook on triple speed. The story is moving so fast and none of it makes sense. This is the first time I've been out of my house all week. I was determined to give you a piece of my mind. Like, why do I have bipolar? Why do I have PTSD and borderline personality disorder? I mean, seriously, wasn't one diagnosis enough? I mean, I'm a counselor. I'm supposed to be helping people with stuff like this. But instead, I sit with patients struggling with thoughts of self-harm or riddled with the angst of a manic episode and say, yep, you're right. Me too. Lord, I just want to live my life like everyone else, but I can't because every time I turn around, I'm struggling with symptoms of something. Severe dissociation makes it difficult to connect with my husband and have those vulnerable conversations that hold marriages together. I guess that's why it's been so hard to hold my marriage together. I tend to manipulate, and I make myself the victim. I know it, I work on it, and I still do it. It's like I'm broken. Or what about the fact that I'm a grown woman and I'm still scared of the dark? Some nights I stay awake, and then I wake up in a panic. Like I'm a 3-year-old who just opened the door to the most terrifying night of her life. My breathing is shallow and I can feel my heartbeat pulsing through my tiny body. I can hear the screams and see the shadows of the 2 figures, one of them fighting for their life. And I can hear it and I can see it. And it feels so real. And it was real. And my story is perforated with moments that taught me that no one was coming to rescue. And I learned to give up on the hope of a redeemer and that I must protect myself by any means necessary. Antibiotics can't bring relief to this infection of sorrow that is waging against my soul. I'm on the tips of my toes with my head tilted back while the waves of despondence wash over me. I can feel the weight of the water press in on my chest, on my lungs, and they slowly collapse. I'm going under, Lord, and I can't take it anymore. I yearn for a sleep that never ends, to escape this agony. As the storm of gloom suffocates me, I beg for your mercy. You called me for a reason, Lord. I know you did. I remember when we first met. I was so confused, a recently evicted 20-year-old single mom. I'd reached my rock bottom. I begged you to prove that you were real. I was so desperate for an answer, I stopped on a corner at CPCC, not too far from here. In fact, they built this building right on top of the guy who was standing, holding a Bible, emphatically thrusting it in the air. I walked up and simply said, "Is this for real?" At that moment, another man walked up, tall, dark, and handsome. He was also drawn to the sidewalk preacher. He began sharing his testimony and he led me to Christ. He and I began to spend so much time together, and I fell in love with your word, Lord. I fell in love with him too. We were married 4 months later. It's been a difficult and glorious road, but we're still holding on after 20 years. Lord, I was lonely and lost, and you came when I called. I know you're real. So I cry out to you like I have so many times before, knowing that even when the clouds descend, you are still good. So I rest in your presence, trusting that I'll understand it better by and by. By and by. Father, along we'll know all about it. Father, along we'll understand why. Cheer up, my sisters, live in the sunshine. We'll understand it all by and by. My name is Melinda Bell, and this is my brave.